Joining me now, I have Phil Shenon, investigative journalist and author of A Cruel and Shocking Act, The Secret History of the Kennedy Assassination. Phil, good morning to you. I mean, as somebody who has dedicated his career to Kennedy's assassination, your hopes and expectations for today, sir?
I will say we really have no idea. This seems to have caught everybody by surprise yesterday. 80,000 documents, I really don't even know what that refers to. We've previously been told that about 3,400 documents were held back. Now, these may be documents related not to JFK, but to his brother RFK or to Martin Luther King. But there's a great mystery about what this is and when it will be released.
Yeah, and it was also fascinating yesterday when we heard the president say he's going to leave these 80,000 pages unredacted, ask them to be untouched. Do you think we walk away with anything new and earth-shattering?
You know, I doubt it in the sense that, we've had these releases periodically since President Trump's first term, and most of them have turned out to be pretty unrevealing. There's certain names and addresses we hadn't seen before. I don't think anything in these documents will substantially change the history of the assassination. I don't think they'll point to a second gunman in Dallas, for example. But there have always been these reports that Oswald told people what he was going to do before the assassination, and those people might have helped him or encouraged him. And in that case, you might be talking about a conspiracy that really has never been revealed.
Yeah. You bring up the fact that, for years he's been, kept private because of identities being kept confidential. Has that been the crux of why this has all been secret for so long? Just people's identities who worked on this case?
I mean, a lot of these documents do identify law enforcement informants or secret sources for the CIA, people whose identities should have been protected 40 years ago. If those people are still alive, they'd be very old right now, and it's not quite clear why they would need to be protected. And I think a lot of the reason for withholding all these documents over the years has been the fact that both the CIA and the FBI had Lee Harvey Oswald under surveillance, pretty aggressive surveillance, in the weeks before the assassination. And after the assassination, they didn't want to admit that. They didn't want to admit that they knew a lot about this man. And a lot of these documents refer to this surveillance that's never been fully explained.
If the files were to reveal major new evidence of a cover-up, which I'm assuming, I mean, you and I both know what happens when you assume, but I'm assuming if that were the case, these wouldn't be revealed today. But what would that mean for public trust in the government moving forward?
Well, any effort at transparency is welcome, even though it's kind of 50 years late. And, the Kennedy assassination really was the mother lode of conspiracy theories. It's what sort of gave us this era of conspiracy theories, the Vietnam War, Watergate, Iran-Contra, everything that followed. People believed after the Kennedy assassination, the government wouldn't even tell them the truth about how their president had died. And that suspicion, I think, has sort of metastasized into the world we live in today.
And Phil, let me just ask you, when the president made that announcement yesterday, I imagine this just changed your next few days. Are you going to sit down with the 80,000 pages and comb through them?
I'll give it my best effort, but we don't know when we're going to see these documents. We don't really know how we're going to see these documents. Apparently, there may be a web page on the National Archives website, and I would encourage your viewers to go take a look. But these document releases have been pretty chaotic in the past, and I would imagine this one will be as well.
Yeah, and we've heard this promise before. We'll see what we end up getting our hands on later today. Investigative journalist Phil Shenon, thank you for being here, sir. Appreciate your time and expertise. Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.